Hello, everybody. I hope that all of you can hear me. So welcome to our webinar about this year's summer program, inshallah. And it is the 2025 youth program to support the next generation of Muslim leaders, inshallah. And I'll provide you with an overview of what we have done last year in order to give you some ideas on what was the program about and how we have provided education and cultural entertaining and training to the students. And then Mr. Saadettin Hocam will also be joining us for further detail on this year's program's detail. And before I begin, let me begin with some housekeeping rules. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them in the chat. And afterwards, please feel free to ask questions in the Q&A session that we have in the final part of today's webinar. And I'm really excited to be joining you all today. And I hope to see you and inshallah meet you all in the summer school, hopefully. And if you can hear me all correctly and without any kind of, technical problems, I can continue with the details of the last year's program. So in 2024, we had this summer school again in Istanbul, and I'll provide you again with a summary of what we have done in the last year, and we will also provide you the details of this year's program, inshallah. So it is the successful international student program in Turkey, and the program united diverse Muslim youth, and they met in Turkey's vibrant Islamic culture, and they have gained a lot of friends from many other countries abroad, and it is really interesting and great to see all the students take part in this year's program. So it was located in Istanbul and Konya. And let me talk about the participant demographics. There were 107 students, and the students came from 12 different countries. And the age group was from 12 years old to 20 years old. So the 12-year-olds were really the great participants. They had a lot of opportunity to meet older sisters and brothers in the group, and they really enriched our student demographics. Yeah. And the program lasted for 17 days, and students were introduced with the Turkish culture and experience alongside the content of the program of the summer school. And let me introduce you the art experiences that the students had. First of all, in the first picture, you can see water marbling, Ebru. Students had the opportunity to try water marbling themselves alongside with professional instructors who are Ebru artists, water marbling artists themselves. So it was really a great experience for them, I believe. And we also see Turkish calligraphy here, and they have taken Turkish calligraphy and illumination, teshib, that we call, and students also had experience to see how it is done, and uh, they have they were provided with the materials that they were going to use in this art experiences, and they left the art experience with something that they can carry on with themselves and go to their home countries. And also they had felt lessons, felt courses in Konya, and it was a really great experience for them. And each student had the opportunity to directly engage with the artists themselves, and it was a really hands-on learning experience for these students. And through this experience, students gained a deeper appreciation and understanding of Turkey's rich artistic traditions, which date back to the Ottoman Empire time. And they are still practiced in Turkey. And we have a lot of skilled artists who are experienced in the field. And students had the opportunity to meet those professionals, and they had an appreciation and understanding of how these traditional arts occurred and what was the idea behind them in terms of Islamic tradition and traditional art. And also, we had enriching educational seminars, uh, and they had a wide range of topics, and we had over 10 different topics that were covered in these educational seminars. And we had, first of all, Quran and Adhan seminars where the students practice how to recite the Quran and the Adhan. And we had an educational seminar on Ottoman architecture and Turkish Islamic science, so on and so forth. And these seminars are not limited to these examples only. You can see the wide range of topics in our website too, and see how the students participated in those enriching seminars, educational seminars. And these seminars were supported by historical and cultural site visits. So if we talk about the Ottoman architecture, we visited the Ottoman architectural sites, both in Istanbul, and also the students had the opportunity to go to the Mevlevihane in Konya and visit Rumi themselves. And so it was a really great experience for them to see both Istanbul and Konya, the historical cultural sites in both cities, alongside with the educational seminars that they were provided. And as far as the program logistics, we can say that um, the program was located in Istanbul and Konya, and each day the students had 3 meals per day, and the program provided 3 healthy meals, meeting their dietary needs. And as far as the feedback we got from this, it was a really nice, nutritious Turkish experience that they gained. And at the end of the day, there were nearly no leftovers, so they allowed the um, meals that they tasted here, and they loved Turkish cuisine as far as we have seen their perspective. And they enjoyed comfortable, secure lodging throughout the program in the student dormitories that they were provided. And the program also helped the students commute to and from the event sites. So the students didn't have to worry about how to go to these cultural sites. And when they got their education in one of the centers that we were located in, they had no problems with the transportation. They were transported to the cultural sites that they needed to go that day. And a team of nearly more than 100 volunteers organized and implemented the program last year, which was amazing, I believe, because really it was an extraordinary situation for all of us. We were all volunteers who loved being in this program, in the summer program, and we all took part in different types of organizational duties, and the program was implemented with all volunteer work that was involved. And after the program, we have conducted a survey from the parents. We have received some feedback, and fortunately, and it was a really great thing to learn that all the parents, nearly all the parents, were really happy with the program, and we received very great positive feedback regarding the program. It was either very good or good, and only 5% responded neither good nor bad. 95% of the parents stated that their kids had a very good time. And when we asked the students about their own satisfaction with the program last year, They were satisfied with the courses and with the workshops, with obviously more than that, because the workshops involved, participation and active training. So they were more satisfied with workshops, especially the trips were also um, favorite part of the program. And they also had other activities and developments regarding the program. And so the satisfaction rate is really great for us in terms of being it the first summer school that we have provided last year. So the students were highly satisfied with the program components, but the most favorable ones were the workshops themselves. And also, we asked the volunteers, and they had a great experience taking part in the summer camp too, according to the camp survey. Okay, so this is my part done, and if Saadettin Hocam is also here, he can continue with more details for the summer camp this year, inshallah. And I'm really thrilled to be, hosting this year's seminar, this year's summer program with you too. And I look forward to meeting you all. Thank you so much for participating.
Thank you, Ms. Büklüm. As we say, Gözde Hocam. So I would like to introduce you a bit of Turkish sayings slowly, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, you all. I see a lot of different names, I believe, from different geographical areas. MashaAllah. Welcome you all. If, by the way, so during the presentations, if you have questions in mind, you can already put that in the chat box. So at the end of this presentation, we'll go through every single questions. And if you, so the presentation aiming to answer all of your questions. But in the meantime, if you don't want to forget, if you want to shoot your question, please go ahead. And before we start, can I see the countries? Okay, there's only one question. So we'll go through the questions. But may I ask, can everybody put in the chat box, put the country they are joining in? Thank you, Zehra from Turkey. MashaAllah, a lot of Turkish, UK, South Africa. We have a lot of participants from South Africa last year, and also Malaysia. US, Turkey, Indonesia, mashallah, Australia, mashallah. So South Africa, Turkey, Trabzon, okay, good, mashallah. Lebanese, mashallah, from Istanbul, good, alhamdulillah. That's the spirit that we're going after, inshallah, as we bring together the parts of the ummah in this virtual meeting, inshallah. Maybe some of you, maybe all of you, will be able to join us in Istanbul in July, inshallah, to replicate in more a bit more people, inshallah, in summer. All right, without further ado, let me go to my part of the presentation. So before I start, let me introduce myself. My name is Mehmet Saadettin Öztürk. I'm a faculty member at the university in Istanbul. So I'm running as the coordinator of the program. I was privileged to be a part of the program last year. As Gözde Hocam pointed out, it was an amazing experience having working with the youth all around the world, Muslim youth all around the world. And we would like to feel this and experience this. And we would like you to experience this this year as well. And here is this year's program. I hope everybody can see my screen. Oh, not yet. You should be able to see my screen now. Can someone respond whether you guys can see that? Can you guys all see my screen? Yes, perfect. Thank you guys. That's the interaction that I'm looking for. Keep that spirit alive. All right. So this year's program, you might be asking yourself, Muslim International Youth Meeting, why this name? So that's the basic aim to gather Muslim youth from all around the world. So our aim is to promote the cultural exchange and give you a means to grow yourself, put your skill set, increase your skill set with the community that we have here today. He will be in the summer. And also, along with the youth meeting, youth program, we will have the family program this year. And so that if you, let's say, if you join into the program and then your parents would like to come to the Istanbul, and then you together with your parents, you can join the family program, or it is not necessarily, it is not a requirement for the youth to join the youth program to participate into a family program. So they're all separate programs, but one can go with another one. So the last one, the Muslim International Youth Meeting Youth Camp, is for youth only, and family program will all parents and with kids. So let me introduce you the philosophy behind Muslim International Youth Meeting. In short, is MIM. MIM is an Arabic letter. MIM has a profound meaning in Turkish Islamic culture, which we believe in our tradition. MIM represents the name of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So we inspire, as always, in our daily and or our ibadat. We're inspired and following this MIM, and this program is a reflection of that philosophy in our daily life. Inshallah, we would like to reflect that philosophy in our program. And the theme this year comes with a theme. Last year, this program was kind of more like a cultural immersion, but this year has a goal in mind, which is the quest for finding solution to the modern problems. All of us, youth and elderly, we face some new challenges in this modern world. And our ancestors didn't have that problems. So, and as a youth, as yourself, as a future of this generation, the future of Ummah, we would like to experience to tackling those problems with a controlled environment, with the help of the experts, how to tackle those problems. We would like to grow ourselves, not for you. So this program, all of us as well. So we would like to benefit from that as well. So that's basically, we'll be discussing those pressing issues of our daily modern life. And doing this, you will not be alone. So you will be working in groups. You'll be working with mentors. You'll be working with getting help from experts in their field all around the world. Alhamdulillah, we have good selection of speakers and plenary speakers, and you may have seen already in our website. So that brings us to our mission for this year's program. We would like to contribute to the Muslim Ummah, especially Muslim youth, for them to be able to tackle those issues, modern issues, with a well-versed fundamental Islamic sciences. And coming from all around the world, each group, this gathering will have a universal perspective. And that basically cultivate the leadership character in yourself. That's our mission. And this program is prepared carefully for future leaders of Ummah. As you're coming to Istanbul, we see you as the leaders of Ummah in the near future, because it's not going to be too long. You guys are going to be grown-ups and having important positions in the world, inshallah. And we would like to have a part in your development with this transformative learning experience, inshallah, within all the historical exposure that you will have in Istanbul, all the international experience that you have, all of the experts coming for you and addressing to you, inshallah, we will be able to cultivate those skill sets embedded in you. And our goal is for you to reflect on the questions or the issues on this modern life with a methodological framework and propose some solutions. I'll explain what I mean by that in coming slides. So for this year, we would like to focus on the certain age group. Typically, it will change from country to country, but roughly speaking, in high school students, basically youth getting ready to have a big step to college times, college years. So that's 15 to 18 years old. We're aiming for 40 youth from all around the world. So we reserved 28 of those participant quota for international students, and for the Turkish youth living outside of Turkey, and 8 youth from the Turkey. So that way we can have all different perspective. Some people from homeland, someone from living away from the homeland, and some youth all around the world, basically from their home country. So the quickly program flow is, inshallah, if you will be selected, you will arrive Istanbul on July 6th, and you may have seen the video, the nice cartoon that our friends, our team prepared for you. When you land in Istanbul, the shuttle service will bring you from airport to the dorms, and we'll have multiple shuttles throughout the day. So whichever flight you take, there will be one shuttle waiting for you. And the next day, we will not directly dive into the courses and sessions. Don't worry. We'll have an orientation session, because we will be located in Ibn Haldun University campus. That's an amazing campus, one of a kind in Istanbul. So you would like to get to know what available facilities, amenities in the campus. At the same time, what awaits you throughout this the program. And because later on I'm going to come to the application form, then you will be selecting some of the cases and workshops, and you will be getting exposure to those, what you'll be doing throughout this 16-day program on July 7th. And then that's going to be kind of acclimating to Istanbul as well. And then in the next part, you will be based on the case study that you selected during your application. You'll be forming groups. So we would like to make these groups internationally mixed. So there'll be 5 to 6 people in each group, and you will basically have you will have separate dorms for males and females, of course. And within the dorms, the rooms will be mixed nationalities. Okay, so we try to, from the participant, we try to maintain this heterogeneity, but at the same time, sometimes multiple participants from one country may come, but they will be in these separate dorms. This is some feedback that we got from last year's parents and students. Yes, it is nice to have someone's close to your culture at the beginning, but at the end, everybody would like to stay with the others. Actually, they were spending time with the other brothers and sisters from different countries whole day, and then they went back to their dorms at the very last moment to going back, because they would like to have this experience. So we would like to have those experience from the get-go. And your study format, you're working on these case studies, is the crucial part of this program, because we want to hear from you what you come out, what you have to say about those challenges that you picked, because it's important for us to learn from you. That will be a great experience for us, for you to working on some issues and coming up with a solution on your own as a group. But of course, you will not be alone in this journey, as we pointed out. There will be mentors for every single group, and those mentors are either master or PhD students working on the specific subjects. So they know how to deal with that kind of problems, the social or not political problems, sorry. So the social problems in their own study. So they are well versed how to guide you in those endeavor. Okay, that was the kind of initiation to the program. And the second part of the program, after orientation, we'll have expert speakers on modern issues. And also we have speakers on Islamic sciences. And you'll be having those courses. And of course, it's not going to be a whole day. So part of the day will be courses, and then part of the day will be ice melting activities, sportive activities. We'll be having taking full advantage of the Ibn Haldun campus and throughout this program. So that will be the second part of the program, day 3 to day 7. And from day 8 to 12, with the foundation that you have at the part 2, you will be able to work on your selected case studies. And along with that, we will have a workshop session on this part 3. As Gözde Hocam pointed out, we have the masters of the fine arts, and each of them will give you a week long, actually 8 to 12, so about the 5 to 6 days long workshops. So these workshops, you will get enrolled to these workshops depending on your selection in the application form. If you haven't done already, in the application form, you have 3 selections based on which one do you want the most. And you have 3 selections. We try to accommodate those selections as much as we can. So as I pointed out, throughout this journey of yours in Istanbul, those case studies is the critical component of this program. And I'll give you a couple of examples of what kind of problems, what kind of modern issues you may be actually working on. Let's say, for instance, one of them will be environmental challenges, water scarcity. So what effective solutions should be developed to address the problem of water scarcity in your experience? So all of the backgrounds that you're coming from all around the world, that's going to be a valuable asset for you to actually find problems. And how can Islamic teaching serve as a guide on water conservation and environmental protection? So our deen has a profound importance, profound significance in protecting the environment. So what are those values of us? So that's going to be one of the case studies. And so I have spent around 13 years in outside Turkey. So I was living in non-Muslim majority countries and trying to live my deen. And I know some of you coming from Muslim minority countries. So how can we maintain our Islamic identity while not alienating from the community? Because as a Muslim, we have to be interacting with the Muslim and non-Muslim. But how can we do this while preserving our values coming from our deen? And more technical case study is on artificial intelligence. As you are very aware of, it's pretty much everywhere now. How is the artificial intelligence as a technology aligns with Islamic values? Are we going outside of the boundaries of Islam? Are we using, or can we actually use as a benefit of humankind or Muslim ummah? What are the principles such as privacy, transparency, justice, preservation of human values can be integrated while taking the full advantage of artificial intelligence? Family and gender question, that's a huge topic of today's world. So what stance we should adopt within the umbrella of Islamic teachings? Then we have experts, alhamdulillah, will be guiding us throughout the way, and we will be expecting your solution to these and many other topics that you may be able to choose. And in the third part of the program, after you prepare your solution, as you're preparing your solution to those problems or issues, and you prepare a presentation. So, and we will have 2 to 3 days of group presentations. So one group will present, and afterwards we'll have an open discussion. So because 2 weeks now you're having interacting with each other, you're probably discussing each other's the case studies, and you might have some questions along the way. So this is the time for all of us to engage a live discussion on how to improve the solution. How can we learn? Because you guys will be working on for a week, and you have a lot of things to say, maybe a lot to present. And we would like to hear more of the background story of that by asking questions and maybe having comments from the audience. So that's going to be the third part. And the final and the most fun part is the closing ceremony. We will be having award ceremonies at the end. And so just to give you an idea, last year we have, as Gözde Hocam pointed out, we have over 100 students coming in. And this year we will be having privilege to have 2 of the alumni from last year with their outstanding participation to the program. They will be, inshallah, coordinators in this program. Okay, so they will be coming here, free of charge, and we have a lot of amazing time with them last year. And 2 of them, one brother and one of your brother and sister, will be coming here, inshallah. So that's going to be one of the kind of long-term awards. Inshallah, we'll have short-term awards as well as we close the program. All right, then the 17th day of the program, July 23rd, you'll be departing from Istanbul And then, again, shuttle service will be provided from dorms to the airports multiple times during the day, depending on what time your flight is. And so that's if you join only to a youth program, and then you can leave in Istanbul. But if you will be staying for the family program with your family, then this, of course, is not for you. So you'll be staying with your family after the program to join the family program. Okay, so let's take a look at our calendar. So we are still in the application process, today 26th, and the application will be open till May 10. And afterwards, we'll, out of the participants, we'll select hundreds of the applicants. So these 100 applicants will submit an essay to the based on the questions or a topic that we gave. And with this essay, and then with the application form that you guys have provided, we'll have one-on-one interview. Then this interview will be around like 30 minutes each, and with every 100 selected participant. And then 25th, we'll have 1 week of these interviews. At the end, we will announce at May 26th, the 40 of those interviewees will announce as the participants to the program. And then we will announce the financial aid announcement, make the announcements as well. And once we did this, registrations process begins. And we'll have one more webinar because after that stage, there might be some different questions regarding the visa, ticketing, flight ticketing, and so forth. So we have more informative session for that as well. June 3rd is the deadline for main list, because we will have a 40 of main list and 20 to 30 the waiting list. So we would like to give as much chance as possible to everyone. So sometimes there will be sudden changes, some family matters. People may not be able to make it even though they're in the main list. So we will have to give enough time for all the visa processes and so forth to the waiting list. So we'll end this on June 3rd, and then we'll give 1 week to waiting list participants to have a chance to register for the program. So these are the dates which is the tuition is due. So once you make the tuition, your seat is reserved for you. And if this is not done by June 3rd, then that chance goes to waiting list participants. And then, so June 3rd to July 6th is the more than about 5 weeks of time. So from 26th of registration begins, we have about 5 weeks of visa application. That's on average, that's how long does it take for countries. Some countries has exceptions, but this is the at max, this is what it takes usually. And arrival time, July 6th, and departure time, July 23rd. For the application, so there will be a non-refundable application fee of 10 euros. So this will be deducted from if you're selected, deducted from your tuition. And total tuition is 1,600 euros. That covers all aspects of the program, including round-trip flight tickets. And on top of that, if you apply for the financial aid, and then there's the full tuition scholarship and partial tuition scholarship. And as I pointed out, two of our alumni will be actually joining as a full tuition, aside from these full tuition scholarships. So these are will be our special guests and are from alumni. So that you have a chance to actually, based on your participation, you may have a chance to actually get invited for the next year's program. So let me go through the application form real quick. There might be some questions in mind. Well, a name, and so personal details are actually straightforward. I'm not going to spend time on that. Language, of course, the programmed language is, as you might have guessed already, and completely in English. So you may have another language, but English has to be on advanced level English to be able to enjoy the program in general. And that's why one of the reasons that we're actually having interviews, one-on-one interviews. And the next part, after you've done the personal details, that's a qualification. That's your about education. And then we got some questions about the grade GPAs. And so we will try to answer those case by case. But what we want in general, what is your average score at the end of the year score? Let's say you are in the middle school or secondary school in the UK, in secondary school, or in US case or European case, you have in middle school. So however years you passed, or your second year of high school maybe. So in that portion of your education, your average score, end of year score. So you may, currently you may not have, of course, the spring semester, but you may have the winter semester. So that should be enough. And we would like you to actually document this grades. It could be a transcript if that's your convention in your country, or that could be your end of year transcripts. Each of them will work. So yearly or whole transcript as a whole. So if you have an honor degree in your end of year grades, or if you just graduating from high school, for instance, you have an academic degree, or you graduated from high school, that could be your honor degree. And then it comes to the achievements. What kind of achievements you might have? You might have an academic ones. You might be you might have enrolled in the science Olympiads or sports activities, whichever that may be. You have selection of those on the left hand side right here. And you just explain us what was the achievement about. And then the next part will about the Quran information. You can select whichever actually fits for you. And then we'll move on to the next one. And the motivation part this is the important part for us. The reason we put that in here, because we would like to have the students will have kind of a motivation for either involving or organizing those type of activities. It could be public service, it could be charity, it could be an academic event, or it could be an aid service to like aiding homelesses or some aiding underprivileged people. So you select those and then put the organization name, local or international. You can select one. So this is the part that maybe requires more attention. So when the event starts and when it ends, and how much time you spend per week. Maybe it was just a 1 week event. You just put from like 14 to 21st, 22nd is a 2 weeks event. And on average, how much time you spent on this event, and what was your role? Your participant, volunteer, organizer, mentor, whichever that may be. And you can add up to 3 of those motivational events. All right. And last one is, so that's different. This is more like a certificate program. On a specific topic, you might get a training, and that might be your certificate program. For instance, if you were one of our alumni and you joined the last year's youth camp, and you can actually put that your certificates to that here. And this is the part of motivation for this camp component of the application form is one of the most important parts, because we would like to get to know you. And that's why these writings are personal, meaning so that's how you feel. So there's no right or wrong answer. There is no long or short answer. You can just put maximum words, because we can only have so much time to read all of the applicants. So in maximum 100 words, you would like to basically put your feelings on. What do you think this camp will benefit you? Just completely subjective, of course. What does it mean to you, that personally? So that's important for us to get to know you. And the second question is more like the engaging with the surrounding environment with different degrees. It starts with the question of biggest issue facing the global Muslim community today, and how do you think it can be addressed? Of course, that's a huge topic, but then again, we would like to get to know you, and how would you what do you feel about this topic? What do you feel about this global Muslim Ummah issue? So that's, of course, up to maximum 200 words. Similarly, is more the close circle. How about the issues in your country? Where you're living? Indonesia, Malaysia, US, UK, whatever that you may be. And what's the issues you think it's the most pressing in your country? And then close the circle a bit more. And what's your biggest challenge you face in your daily life? Could be school, it could be home, outside your neighborhood. And how do you try to overcome that? That's kind of from more macro scale to micro scale. So those are the three questions we ask you, and we kindly ask you to share your experience, your feelings with us. And this is the one before, and then these kind of small paragraphs will be part of the evaluation for us to basically find the best fitting participants. And this is the part that I mentioned earlier. Throughout the program, you'll be working on certain issues in the modern life. You will have different topics, and from that you will select the ones that you the most interested to the least interested. So we try to accommodate, of course, the first one always. But if there are too many participants who wants the same topic, we have to go to the second one and a third one. So we try our best to accommodate your selection. So you have sustainability and Islamic practices, faith and identity in modern youth, Islamic scholarship and contemporary challenges, technology and future of Muslim youth, family, society, Islamic ethics, the essence of morality. Those are the topics that you may choose. Similar to that, we have workshops will be basically taught, trained by experts. We have Quran recitation, we have adhan training, and we have Arabic calligraphy, felting and rhythm, the workshop, and also Ebru water marbling, and katı and paper cutting and knitting the workshop. Again, from the most want to the least want, from the order, which one do you want the most? We would like to kindly ask you to select those. And the next part is the financial aid and reference information assessment. So if you select financial aid as yes, then you have this list. Basically, you would like to explain why do you need the financial aid in a couple of sentences. And we will kindly ask your household income and number of families and your parents' situation. So that will help us to gauge which one has the highest need of this financial aid. So let me give you a background of this assessment. First of all, we will list from the 100 participants, and then for the merit-based. Okay, so your scores and your participation in activities and your Quran recitation, your essays. So that's going to be your evaluation, and we will make this order from merit-based. And within this merit-based, whichever ask for financial aid, we'll try to accommodate as much as we can. And then even if you say yes or no, there'll be the reference information for assessment. So again, in the application form, you will see this I signs. That's going to be an explanation for the more detail about that part. So we'll ask a reference, someone from outside of your family. So your mom, your dad is not going to be your reference. So it could be your the teacher in one of the weekend school, or your teacher at school itself, or you have some person you're getting private lessons, maybe Quran lessons, you're getting hifz lessons. So that might be him. So make sure that you are giving them as reference, so that if we call them, so they are aware of the situation. So we're not going to get surprise them. So then make sure that you notify them beforehand. So that's going to be a reference for us to do. And this is the last part, because basically there's some declaration for yourself. And it's important for us for you to tell us, where did you hear us? So it could be from Google, it could be from Instagram, and that will help us to, this feedback will help us to actually gauge our activities accordingly. Then once you click send, then the warning sign will show up, and thank you for your application, and you'll be directed to the payment session now. So there's some countdown windows opens up, then it disappears, and then here's your application fee. Once you make the payment, then your application is done, and then basically then that means you finished your application. So I'll just like to talk about a few minutes about sponsorship. So all of the financial aids, the round trip tickets, these are the financial aids that we can offer with the generous help from the brothers and sisters. They would like to support this program. They believe in this program, and they see the impact that might have in the future. So they would like to contribute to this program. So if you are, or if you know someone who can actually sponsor one of our students in any amount, so it doesn't have to be full tuition. It could be like partial of the tuition. And if you know someone, if you think you can contribute, you would like to contribute this, and you can contact us, mim@insanirfan.org. And with that, I conclude the youth program, youth camp, and I switch to family program quickly. And so the goal of this program is, again, carrying all of this mission and vision. This time, you would like to bring together families from different regions, different cultural backgrounds, but having the same goal of basically, so same mindset of being an ummah, and so expose them into the Ottoman culture, this heritage that we see every day in Istanbul, and basically introduce them to contemporary issues while having our, again, the scholars addressing them, having speeches. For that, we'll host 10 families and roughly about 40 individuals, and 6 foreign families, 6 families from, again, expats, Turkish in European and other countries, and 2 Turkish families. So the program involves visiting historic sites, meeting scholars, we'll have guest speakers, and we have, in the evenings, we have Turkish family visits a couple of times throughout this program and this 7-day program. And we'll have traditional crafts workshops and a sohbah. So the workshops will not going to be a week long. There will be some exposure to every single the fine arts that we have. Unlike the youth, they will choose one workshop and work on that in 1 week. So they will have some expertise on that one. But for families, they will just kind of exhibition of the different, they will be able to do hands-on experience, but it will basically just for once. And then we will have a closing ceremony for families as well. Again, so we're still seeking for partners for advertising the program. As I mentioned, if you know or if you think you can have participation on the financial aid, that'll be perfect. And rewards for the top students, that's again, as I mentioned before, some rewards are in short term, so right at the immediately when we in the closing ceremony. Some rewards comes later, such as in this year. It might be just inviting youth for the next year's program. So the benefits to the partners and also for our youth, we would like to educate with the true and reliable sources, and we're cultivating potential leaders of our ummah, and they'll be goodwill ambassadors for the ummah, inshallah. And basically, we would like them to taking initiatives in their home countries with the tool set that they gathered in this program. And also, we will have university visits throughout this program, the top universities in Turkey, in Istanbul. If you're in high school, if you're thinking about studying in Turkey, so there'll be a good the chance that you'll be able to see universities in Turkey. Even if you're not, there'll be a nice experience for you to be able to see them. With that, I conclude the talk. Thank you for your attention, and then we can now switch back to the questions. Let me see, what do we stay? Okay, all right. Do we have any other questions? So this is the first question. Does taking the mail that gave me this meeting link means I accepted to this project? No, Zehra, that doesn't mean. So this is, as I pointed out in my calendar introduction, there will be 2 selections after when you submit the application form. Then we will, I forget the date, but there will be 100 participants will be selected. And out of these 100, we will have an interviews for those, and 40 will be selected for the program. So getting your link means you are registered to the website. I'm not sure you have submitted your application or not, but this link was sent to every single one who are registered to the website. My native language was not provided in the list. Sorry about that. So there was a kind of a default list that the website designer actually put over there. Our apologies. And the point over there is whether you know the English almost as a native speaker or advanced speaker. So if you put in English, that should be fine. Will there be many people going from UK? That I don't know. So it all depends on the evaluation. But I know there are multiple people applying from UK. As you might be aware of, in the UK, there are different summer recession times for different parts. So some parts will be still in the school and that range. So it all depends. But I have seen multiple UK applicants. So that question about quick clarification from Oki Baskoro. Yes, May 10 is the deadline for the application. In the website, the application is actually get fixed if you have a chance, probably in the application form part, that date is actually updated. But thanks for the clarification. Yes, well, application fee question from Zehra Şahin. Application, once you finish the form, when you say send, it brings you to application, the payment page. Once you make the payment, then your application is being actually submitted literally. Otherwise, it will be hanging on the in between. Yes. I'm from UK. Our holidays start on the 17th. Can we join late? Well, it's been like more than 10 days. I'm sorry, 17 is quite late. You can, Nugraha Zams Nuraya. We value feedbacks. Please do. You can send to the email that's provided in all the emails and also all the website. There's a MIYM at insanveirfan.org, mim@insanveirfan.org. So you can send your feedbacks. Please do. We'll really appreciate your feedback. What is the accepted age group of applicants? 15 to 18. So this is a lot of, we got this question a lot. The reason that we put 15 to 18 is twofold. One is the physical demand of this program. It will be basically intellectual demand that's there. So it's obvious that we will be going into high school and almost, I would say, college level classes will be taught, and expert from universities and companies will coming from. So that's one end. So and also along this intellectual context, we will have site visits. We have visiting workshops and going somewhere else. We try to have a full, very, very intense program. So we will have some relaxing times, of course, but being able to keep up with this, we would like to have at least minimum 15 of age. But of course, there might be some exceptions. We will give preference to the 15 to 18. But if there are some openings, so we try to respond to this kind of requests as the following. We will give preference to 15 to 18 if there are some openings, and if we have very high quality applications, we'll be able to consider that one. But for your sake, less than 15, younger than 15, may not be the best experience for it, but 19, we can consider that one. Yeah, but if you're 14 and a half, so just 6 months, so it's at almost nothing. So please, you can apply. But again, we'll consider that one. Group age. Travel program will be organized. Will we buy the tickets or will organization? Thank you, Jenna. That's a good question. Yes, once your seat is reserved, that means once you make your tuition, due tuition is paid, and then we will buy the tickets and send you the ticket number, and we'll figure out. We'll go back and forth with the students that we selected students based on their city, which airport is close to them, and we'll be in touch but we'll be buying the ticket and it will sending you a ticket number. That's kind of how it's going to work. Can you explain the financial aid more? If you have a specific question, please do ask. I don't know which part needs to be more clear. When did this program started for the first time? Last year was the first time we run it. Again, last year was 21 years from 12 different countries, and with having this amazing feedback from the participants and families and volunteers, we said we should keep this ongoing, and this is the second year. All right. Any other question? I think we just finished the 1 hour mark right on time. I guess there's very late in some countries, maybe in Indonesia, maybe quite late, and it's quite early for. Do we have some? We have some US, I think 9-ish over there, right? It's my pleasure. I might have missed the date of application closing and the date of travel. Apologies. No problem. So you can always go back to the website. The calendar has the exact same timeline that I've shared. The application closed on May 10. Date of travel is July 6th. And of course, basically, let me say, you arrive on July 6th, based on which time zone that you might have. So in short, you will arrive on July 6th so that you'll be ready for July 7th program. As young as 15 need parental supervision during the flight. Will someone collect them? That's a fantastic question. So here's how it works. First of all, it depends on the airline, but generally you give. So we will give you again. We'll have teams at the airports throughout the day. So we'll share you with the contact information of the person who can actually pick your son or daughter from the airport, from the plane. So that's how it works. If that's underage, and then the person that you gave the information will go to the airline at the airport and go to the door of the plane and say, I'm here for so and so, the escort for let's say so and so forth, and they will get the youth and he will escort him to the shuttle, and let's go to the door. So we will share the information of those personnel so that you can share that with the airline, because we're going to give you the ticket number. Then you call the airline. This ticket number person will be escorted by so and so, and this is the information, contact information for this person, and they're going to pick them up at Istanbul airport. That's how it works. But the details might change from airline to airline. Once we give you the tickets and number, you'll be able to know the details. If you have further questions on the application form, could we send such inquiry through email? Yes, of course. You can send any question regarding the application form to the email that we provided. Will there be supervision or someone help kids I pick up from airport, take them airport? So I think I just explained that one. Yes, my reference people doesn't know English. Would that be a problem? They know Turkish. Well, that would work too. As long as they're not immediate family, should be fine. Okay. Do we have any other questions? So if not, we can end the session here. Again, this will be recorded, and the recordings link will be shared with the general email. The people who actually register, sign up for the website. So we will share those for your future references. And if you know someone who couldn't make it to this webinar, they will be able to listen there. Jazakallah khair. Thank you for your time, either very early in the morning, very late in the evening. Jazakallah khairan. How different will the content and the visiting sites of the program from last year? We try to make it as different as possible. And even if you see, let's say, Topkapı Palace, I've been into Topkapı Palace for multiple times. Every single time I was able to see different sites. So in that sense, if you see some similarities with the last year's program, so keep that in mind. So we'll try to make it a different experience at every single time. Will they be visiting the Kayıt? Okay, so that's one of the big questions. Let me leave this on hanging in the air. That might be a surprise, but inshallah. Wa iyyakum inshallah. Okay, I'll wait until the end, just in case anybody remember last minute questions. That's all. You can leave if you don't have any questions, and I'll wait till the last person leaves. Wa alaikum salam. You're welcome, Suzy. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Wa alaikum salam, Albert. Wa iyaakum Fawza. Mehlika, I'm afraid yes. So 23 is far above the limit. So I'm sorry to say that, but inshallah, we'll have other programs for 18 plus. Please stay tuned. Yes, that should be an issue because you will have an emergency contact person as you get your ticket number. So in case any delays, anything on that sort, you can actually inform the people in charge in the airport. So again, there will be multiple shuttles throughout the day. It shouldn't be an issue. You're welcome. Okay, I think that's all. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.